Pumpkins, and welcome back to my channel. It's GothicVegan05 here, back for another video. If you are new here, and I'm so happy to meet you, and if you're a returning subscriber, hello, welcome back, and thank you so much for coming back. So sorry, I do have a bit of a cold at the moment. It's a bit of a head cold, so I'm feeling a bit crap, if I'm honest. I keep sweating and I've got a sore throat, headache, so I am really sorry, but I want to get this video done. Today's video is a vegan Q&A. Quite a few weeks ago I put a ask me anything question up on Instagram about being vegan, and quite a few of you have sent some questions in for me. So if you aren't vegan and this isn't really your thing, then fair enough, just forget this video and move on to the next one that you want to watch. But yeah, for those of you that are interested in these vegan questions, then stay tuned. Before we get into the video, I do want to thank Doomcat Prince for gifting me this beautiful personalised mug, which says GothicVegan05 with a love heart and a bat and some greenery. I absolutely love this mug. And oh, sorry, has anyone had these, the oat lattes from Nescafe? Oh, I'm obsessed with them at the moment. They're so nice. And I can still taste them at the moment, but that's my drink of choice today, and it's going to be hot. But yeah, that, oh, it's so good, it's so nice. Thank you, Doomcat Prince, for that. And also I want to thank Handmade Knickknacks for my giveaway prizes. So I got these beautiful glittery crescent moons, which I have on, which was one of my prizes. And then the other one was these blue studs, crescent moon studs, and this little planchette cat key ring, which is so cool. It's blank on that side, but that's just so cool. And then, sorry if you're young, but you should be watching this video anyway, because I do say it's not made for children. So yeah, it's this triple moon dish with view in the middle with a little bat, all this black glitter, and I won those from Handmade Knickknacks. So thank you so much for those. They really are lovely, and I love these earrings so much. They're so glittery. Anyway, sorry, let's get on. Also this bit on the side as well, this pentacle with the little V for vegan. Sorry, I just wanted to show you that as well. So questions, I wrote them down on here because, as you know, I film on my phone, so I can't keep going back to my phone to look at the questions. So the first question is, what influenced you to go vegan after so many years as a non-vegan? Well, I was vegetarian ages ago for 2 years, and then before I became vegan I was vegetarian again for a year. But what actually made me go back to being vegan, and then ultimately what made me go back to being vegetarian, ultimately turn me vegan, was I saw a video on Facebook about how male chickens are treated, and I won't go into too much detail because it was horrific and I cried my eyes out. So I stopped eating eggs and became vegetarian instantly from then on, and then didn't eat eggs. And then I was getting more and more curious as to, you know, the whole dairy trade and things like that. So I found there's a guy on YouTube, he's everywhere, Earthling Ed, and he was talking about this documentary called Earthlings, and oh my god, I cried for weeks after watching that documentary, and that kind of sealed the deal for me, and I haven't touched meat or dairy or any animal products since. yeah, if you're looking to go vegan and you want that push, it's horrible. I tell you that now, is absolutely horrible. But watch Earthlings. And then lately, I've watched Seaspiracy. I cried my eyes out. There's one part in there that I wish I never saw. I feel myself getting upset about it now, thinking about it. Sorry, you know when you get flashbacks of something, it's awful. So yeah, so that is ultimately why I became vegan, because of videos that I saw. Yeah, never ever 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 going to have an animal product ever again. I didn't want to start that off on a, on a bad one, but I just wanted that question out of the way because I knew that I was going to mention that Seaspiracy, and it God, it upset me so much. So let's move on to a light-hearted question. How do you find being vegan, and is it hard to find food and products, or is there more variety now? Now, when I first became vegan, it was coming up to Veganuary. So a lot of people were getting ready to promote new vegan alternatives. So I think I became vegan at the right time, because there's so much choice now. Well, for 2 years I've been vegan, and as I say, I think I became vegan at the right time because all the new meat alternatives were coming out. I mean, corn has always been one of the meats that I've always associated with being vegetarian or vegan. Not all corn products are vegan, so you do have to look out for that, but they are all vegetarian, obviously. But yeah, I found that it's just so much variety now. I mean, my problem is there's a lot of processed vegan foods, and as much as I try and be healthy, I think I buy low-fat vegan foods, but there is so much hidden sugar in processed foods. And I did try doing like Herbalife, like the vegan products on Herbalife. It's too expensive for me. I can't do it, and I think I'm gonna start like a raw vegan diet. I'm looking into it at the moment, because as much as there is a lot of variety, since being vegan and quitting smoking, I have gained 4 stone. And maybe that is because I have gone down, like made the wrong food choices. People think all vegans eat is blimming grass and leaves, and like somebody said to me, how can you put on weight? You know, vegans don't eat anything. There is so much choice, so much choice. Like I found my perfect bacon alternative now, and it's is it Viva Life? I'll have to find it and put it in the description box, but it's like little pieces, little bacon pieces. That's lovely, got a lot of salt in it and sugar, but I really do like that. So I found what I like for my bacon alternative. I found what I like for my chicken alternative. I don't like buying stuff that looks like meat, if you know what I mean. Luckily the bacon rashers don't look like bacon at all. It looks like, well, it does look like gone off spam, if I'm honest with you. But I don't tend to buy too many things that look like meat. But then saying that, I didn't go off meat because I didn't like the taste of it and I didn't like the flavour of it. It's the same thing, because I didn't like the look of it or the taste of it. I went vegan for the animals. I didn't go vegan to lose weight or for any health reasons at all. It's purely for vegan for the animals. But I have gained a lot of weight since becoming vegan, and be that because I've chosen the wrong product, I've made the wrong food choices. But I am going to try out a raw vegan diet and see how I get on with that. But yeah, no, it wasn't hard at all, because I think I became vegan at the right time. As I said, because Veganuary was becoming a massive thing. And yeah, there's so much variety. Especially made me laugh, and I knew I'd get it, and I did get it a few times. How do you get your protein? And there was ha ha ha, joke joke joke. So I have taken this in good stead. A lot of people ask that question, and I've written down where I get my protein from, and it is from seitan, tofu, edamame beans, tempeh, lentils, chickpeas, nutritional yeast, most varieties of beans, soya milk, oats and oatmeal, chia seeds and nut butter. Now I need to, I think I need to increase my tofu what's the word? Intake. So mine's gone blank. I think I do need to increase that. I always buy tofu and then unfortunately I forget it's in the fridge, and because I don't really cook with tofu a lot, I forget it's there and then it does go off, which I get really annoyed with myself with. So I am going to start trying to cook with tofu to include it in the raw food diet. I've just bought a spiralizer from Amazon. I'm waiting for that to turn up because I'm going to start making like courgette and the carrot spaghetti and things like that. So I'm going to include a lot more of these protein based foods into my diet, and just see if that you know, improves my weight, improves my protein intake, because I you know, that is where I get no, that is where I get my protein from. So that's the answer to that question. And, the next question is, have you struggled being a vegan? I would say absolutely not. The only thing is, when I first became vegan, I didn't read, sometimes I would miss things that I didn't understand, because I didn't realise that some there are 10 additives or numbers that aren't vegan, that are never vegan, and I didn't realise that, so I would upset myself because unintentionally, because of my lack of knowledge, I would eat something that derived from an animal, not like anything that you would expect, or some of this is, but there were some things that I didn't realise were derived from animals, and that is what I struggled with, really having to read the labels on things, and now I don't, because it's second nature, but I have printed out the 10 additives or numbers that are never vegan, and it is E120, which is a natural red colouring that is from crushed insects, so that is E120. E542 is edible bone phosphate. I can't say some of these words, but that's E542 is edible bone. E631 is sodium 5 incinate, which I don't know what that is, but just steer clear of E631. E901 is beeswax. I would just normally look for beeswax on things. I didn't realise that it was an E number. E904 is shellac. I didn't know shellac wasn't vegan. And that's made from lac beetles. Didn't know that at all. I used to have shellac nails. Never again. Not since being vegan, because I never actually used any of that for nails. But yeah, I didn't realise shellac wasn't vegan friendly. E913 is lanolin, a wax from sheep excreted by the skin of sheep and extracted from the wool. I did not know that. Now I'm sure that is the ingredient in what's it called? The nappy cream that I used to use to put on top of my tattoos. Oh, what's it blinking well called? Papanthum. I didn't know. It's because my tattoo artist is vegan, and when I became vegan and I got a tattoo, she uses all tattoo ink, because I checked that before, but I didn't realise Papanthum had this in. And yeah, it's excreted by the skin of sheep or extracted from their wool, and that is in Papanthum. You just can't believe it, can you? E966 is lactylol. I can't pronounce things. It's made from milk sugar, sorry. E1105 is from eggs, and then gelatin, and lactose. Lactose, that's milk. Oh yeah, milk. Yes. So yeah, those that is the main thing I've struggled with, to just take on board that not everything is just clear cut, black and white, like, you know, you know, some things like even like Foster's beer has beef gelatin in it, and beeswax or nectar. It's mad. It's an absolute minefield when you first get going. And like cloves, I didn't know certain things you couldn't wear. Obviously I knew about leather. Suede, I didn't know what suede was. But I know you can get faux, like the suedette stuff and faux leather. There's so much out there now. But yeah, ultimately at the beginning I did struggle with making sure that I read the labels properly and understood and got knowledge of what things were. Sorry, it's really long-winded. Another question was a little bit similar to one that I've just read. And have you found there is enough of a food selection being vegan? Yes, 100%. I think anyone could be vegan now. There's so many great alternatives out there. Yogurt, butter, even like Flora butter, there's a vegan version and it doesn't taste any different. I mean, even hair dye, there's vegan hair dye. There is so much stuff. And, you know, even like they're making, like I found out the other day that jelly tots are now vegan, and like Skittles and all kinds of things that I did enjoy. Like some brands of Walker's Crisps are vegan. The like Flaming Hot Wotsits are vegan. You just got to like vegan by ingredients. They don't actually say they're vegan. But yeah, I do feel that there's a massive selection of vegan food. So anyone, I urge you just to try it for a week. And I think that, you know, not so much the whole clothes and shoe side of it to start with, just easy and gently, but I think anyone could go vegan for a week and you would see how easy it actually was. It's not daunting at all. I did put a question up for one of these questions that I did get, and it was what is your view on taxidermy being a vegan? Now I could make a whole video about this. Now don't come for me. My personal view, and I'm just going to say it, that if something has died naturally and you know it's a natural death, I don't see the harm in making something that was beautiful in life beautiful in death. I have really struggled because I absolutely love animal skulls. Like, I just think they're beautiful, like prints of animal skulls with flowers and things. I just like the look of it. I have a huge love and appreciation for bats, and I have found a lady that makes bats, like animal skull necklaces. I've been in I've been in touch with her, asking loads and loads of questions. She isn't irritated by my questions. Excuse me. She has been so informative and helpful, and I truly believe, after speaking with her, that the bats that she has found, that's why she doesn't have a lot of bats in her store, because she said she hardly ever finds any bats. She did used to have a supplier in America who she knew was people that went out and just found like roadkill and things like that, and then they would send them over to the UK for people for taxidermy. But they're not allowed to ship to England anymore. Her American supplier aren't allowed to ship to England anymore. So she relies on things that she finds, and she has assured me that no animals are, she goes to wide lengths to make sure that there's no cruelty being brought to the animals that she's now looking after and turning into jewelry and things. I know it is quite a weird thing, and it is quite a minefield. So I feel like I'd be opening up a can of worms really with this question, and I could probably do, as I say, a whole video on it. But from a personal point of view, if that animal was cruelly treated, I'm never ever 100% ever gonna know, but I know how much I will cherish and look after that piece of skull or that animal when it's with me. I know it will be taken care of in death, and I would hope that it lived out a natural life. And from the woman that I'm speaking to, I can put my hand on my heart and say that I don't think, if it was, she wouldn't have known. She's done her research. So yeah, it is a bit of a difficult one, but on a personal point of view, I would love to own a piece of taxidermy. but I'd need to know that the animal was not cruelly treated in order for me to have it. And I know you never know 100%, but in my honest opinion, I would like to own an item of taxidermy. I have 2 questions left that I'm going to share with you, and they kind of go off, it's people trying to be funny really, and I know that these are friends of mine that watch my channel, and yeah, I'm going to read out your questions actually. The first one is, does it give you wind and make your fluff stink being a vegan? And the answer to that is, my fluff stank before I was vegan. Everyone's fluff stink. I think it all depends on what you eat. Obviously, if I eat like broccoli or cauliflower, say for example, or potatoes are terrible for me. I went to a medium once, and she told me, like later on in life, not to eat potatoes because it would give me bad gut problems. And I think she's right, to be honest, because I can't really eat chips because they do give me flatulence. So yeah, I would say that fluffs stink because they're fluffs, but it does all depend on what you eat. You could be a meat eater. Like when people have curry, you know, people stink. People stink. And when you've been to the pub, when you could go to the pub and you're eating peanuts and drinking pints, that makes your fluff stink. I've been around people that stink and they're not vegan. So yeah, my fluff stank before I was vegan, mate, okay? And the last one doesn't really have anything to do with being vegan, but my best mate thought she was being funny asking me this question, and I'm going to answer it. Did you panic when your landlord found your vegan nugget? I had a blockage in my toilet. Something fell down it, and it wasn't like toilet roll or anything like that. Something fell down my toilet and got stuck in the U-bend. And I tried to unblock the toilet myself, and I couldn't. So I got the landlord round, and as I was looking over his shoulder while we got a coat hanger and stuck it underneath the loo. It's prodding about. All of a sudden, plop, a little piece of my poo came up, and he went, "Oh, I've just found a vegan nugget." And I looked over his shoulder and went, "Oh my God, is that a piece of my poo?" And it was. So now everyone at work, because he told people at my work, and now I get called Vegan Nugget. So I suppose it has got something to do with being vegan, that we produce little nuggets. But yeah, yeah, I was mortified. I didn't panic, Tara. I was mortified, and I thought I would share it now because everyone at work knows, doesn't really matter, everybody poos, but you just don't expect your landlord to pull it up. That wasn't what was blocking the toilet, by the way. It was a piece of plastic, which shouldn't have been in my bathroom, but it was, and it fell down the toilet. So yeah, and on that note, I think I'm going to end the video there. Thank you so much to everyone that did ask me a question. I really did. There was a few more, but I didn't want to make this video too long because it's probably quite long already. But yeah, I do hope that has been a little bit insightful for you. If you'd like me to do another one, please let me know. But yeah, I actually quite enjoyed doing that, this video. And please, as I said about the taxidermy question, please don't come for me. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but I would really like to have an adult conversation maybe down in the comments with people that have a different opinion or have the same opinion. I really would like to know what other fellow vegans think of taxidermy. It really would interest me to have a discussion with somebody, but don't be nasty, and don't be nasty to anyone else in the comments, because everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Just doesn't mean if they don't agree with you that it isn't right. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. In the meantime, please take care of yourselves and each other. I love you all so much, and thank you for watching. Bye.